I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess I forgot that I had a choice. Let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up. Already pushing back the noise. You hear my voice, you hear this sound, like thunder gonna break the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Already just not enough. You had it all, I see it all. I got the eye of a tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a fire. 'Cause I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. And you're gonna hear me roar.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have Nunu and Per in the studio. They come with their amazing, quiet, demure kind of presence, and then they light up the place. Thank you so much. Indeed, you are a champion, and we are going to hear you roar. Okay, it is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal. Life as we know it is filled with peaks and valleys, ups and downs.
The decision indeed to stand, to rise after a fall in this life's journey is the power of faith and hope.
These stories, actually, these cars of our stories, tell our stories in ways that only they can tell, and our setbacks become a stepping stone to another fresh start.
Indeed, absolutely. Rising again after an ending presents you with an unprecedented opportunity with great potential for greatness. Welcome to Weekend Deal, the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. My name is Thelma Obaze. We rise again.
This is a story of resilience, courage, and the determination to build after life's storm. It is a story of people that have refused to give up, people that have refused to stay defeated. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal.
for you, for you, for you. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again for you, for you, for you, for you.
There we go, our girls, always bringing it home.
Honestly,
we rise up.
We rise up
Against every odds, because we've come to realize that staying down brings no gain. No pain, no gain. You fall, you stand up again, absolutely, and you keep pushing in whichever direction. You know that in times past, you know, people, perhaps non-Nigerians, would give up at the small showing of some challenges. But in these days, perhaps Nigeria is inspiring the continent and the world. They know us to be never say die kind of people. And it's from that stock that Nunu and our darling Pearl are cut from. So are we.
Absolutely.
So are we. Yeah. Well, it's We Can Do, and we're talking about those group of people who never give up. Talk about a career, for example. You may have a downturn. There are times when some organizations say, okay, for now, we need to let go some people. Does life end there? No, never. And that's how we're going to start our show today, with those group of people who surmount every odds to make a comeback. Let's see this.
In a single moment, everything can change without warning. A job lost, business collapsed, a once secured career suddenly uncertain.
As a businessman doing some menial job, you know, sometimes things were tough. To the extent, to the point of I even lost my equipment. Everything got bad. Along the line, they stole it, you know, so I was stranded, frustrated. But also, I keep up the courage that it will be better.
I'm an ex-banker, and along the line, I lost the job. I was never depressed, but there was definitely a setback. Because you see, when you are to contribute for something, when you are to do something, the money is not there. You will feel bad. But I did not allow my situation to take me into depression.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to school, and after a couple of failed attempts, it was like, oh, this is not going to come true. And all of my friends then were already in school, and we are thinking that hopefully this time it will come through. And it was like I wasted 3 whole years.
Financial uncertainty is heavy. Savings drain quickly. Loss of confidence follows, and doubt whispers. What now?
I've been privileged to work in various places, and as a result, I was in the banking sector. While in banking, there are a lot of challenges and stress, and we have to decide to leave based on various reasons. After leaving the banking sector, I have to survive, so I have to do other menial jobs, just like carrying blogs. Life was very tough.
After my NYC service, I decided on what to do. So I now joined one of my brother in Port Harcourt. So I joined him in Helps and Root, saving lives. You understand? Then after like 6 years, that is 2013 precisely, so I decided to be on my own because I have little money. So I had to say, okay, let me practice politics as people know me from my community. At the end of the day, after the election, so we lost the battle. So I have to come back.
But setbacks have shaped so many people's greatest comeback stories.
You know, if you're a consistent businessman, you don't allow your challenges to run you down. You keep going, even on top of the challenge. Had the tough period, the peak period, and I know that that period that I faced some challenges has come to pass. Now the business is kicking again gradually.
By the time I lost my job, well, that first 1 year was stressful. But when I now go into business, I just have to pick up myself and I enter into business. And today I'm glad.
The turning point is really dramatic. It begins with a decision to learn again, to try again, and to believe again.
I started job hunting. Anywhere there is vacancy, I make sure I put up my application, went for interview, to the extent of I even give up. When this last one came on board, friends told me, apply, don't worry. I said, look, I'm tired. They said, no, keep on doing it. So when I applied, it now get to where I was called for interview and I was called for employment and I was given my permanent employment letter.
A whole lot of disappointment. I felt bad. But then I knew I needed to forge on. Just had to pick up myself and got the whole tailoring thing serious. That was how this whole journey of being a tailor started.
So when I come back to business, so I leave my comfort zone and I come back to where I base for business. So a lot of people that I know that time, they begin to come back with hope that, oh, you have been away for a very long time, but we still wait for you. I have somebody I want to introduce to you. So from there, I begin to see one another or two another to stand up.
When we rise again, we do not just recover, we reinvent, and in that reinvention, we find joy.
Thank you so much. That was really motivating. Somewhere I read said that the true measure of strength is not in not failing, but in rising again. And we all know that rising again is actually not easy. You need the support of family, friends, loved one, community, all manner of support. And to help us unpack our conversation and unbundle this very important conversation, because at one point or the other in our lives, we all need help, we all fall, and we all need each other to rise. Our guests, they are here. And it's indeed a pleasure for me to introduce a very beautiful young woman. As a matter of fact, she came in with another guest who told me she's not only beautiful, but intelligent. I mean, so I can't wait to hear her speak and talk to us about rising again. She is Joycelyn Elakeche Ada, a journalist, a producer, a presenter. Let me say welcome back home to her.
Okay, what a warm welcome. Yes, you know something, I'm just looking at you and Patience. Because you are from the same place, you were just leaping, surmounting, evolving. Okay now, we're not going to grieve for anybody today.
This year, not ever.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I love your name, Elakeche.
Thank you. The full name is Elakeche Olokame Okilongme.
Okay, there's something special there. There's something special there. But not only with her, we have yet another gentleman. You know, he's been here, he's been in a lot of places, and all he aims to do is to change the existing non-positive narrative every time.
So you're welcome to Weekend Deal once again.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Okay, we'll start our conversation with Elakeche. You don't mind me calling you just Elakeche, right?
Yes, I don't.
Okay.
I love that name.
Just like I like my Eloy, and I'm sure you love your Elakeche.
I do.
Okay, you know, so life is, like we said in our intro, peaks and valleys, ups and downs. And I do know that for someone like you, you have done so many things, been around so many organizations and done so many things. Can you speak to us from a place of personal experiences, or one personal experience where you've had a down and then you came back up? What were the things that helped you back up?
Thank you for having me once more. That's first and foremost, this is a very important conversation because we have series of suicide, people feeling there is no hope. Once there is a down, they feel that is it. I can't go on. So this conversation cannot come at a better time. Before I got married, I was working for one of the topmost, if not the toughest conglomerate in Nigeria. I had my staff car, I had my driver, you know. When you feel you're vibing, you just got out of school, university, you got a good job, you're doing very well. And then marriage came, to the glory of God. Yeah. We all look at marriage like, oh, it's a wonderful thing. It still is a wonderful thing. Okay. But it's very important to choose your partners right. In my time, it was more of, it's time to get married.
Get married.
It wasn't, oh, how well do we know each other? How well is the courtship? Are we actually compatible? Because in marriage, a time comes where the love will fade. Yeah. Even the friendship will fade. Yes. Compatibility.
It's what keeps.
It's what keeps both of you. People say it's the friendship. I don't think it's the friendship, because marriage is so dynamic. There'll be times you people are just so angry with each other. Friendship is out of the window. But compatibility is one major thing. So I got married, and it wasn't a long courtship. It was more of a family kind of thing. And with marriage comes with sacrifices. And one of the sacrifices was that I had to quit my job and I had to relocate to a place I've never lived. My place, surprisingly, my state, Benue, but I've never lived there. You just go home to the village, actually visit family,
and
come back to your, normal life. But this time around, I had to move to the capital, where I had no family, no friends whatsoever, and I quit my job. To date, I feel that was a move I shouldn't have. Because, remember earlier I said there was no courtship. So we did not know each other. In fact, I remember when he proposed, and I said, but I don't know. He said, would it not be better if we get married and get to know each other than I date you and I dump you? And of course, it made a lot of sense to me at that time. It made a lot of sense. I was like, yes, would you want someone to date you and leave you? Or someone marries you? And my parents had a wonderful marriage. My father is late, but they had this wonderful marriage. Even though I'm from a polygamous home, we all live together. My stepmom, everybody, you wouldn't know who is whose mom,
whose mother, who is whose child.
It was that wonderful.
It was
nice. So along the line, I moved, to this new town, and that's where the challenges came, because I didn't know this man. At a point in time, I can tell you for a fact, I was pregnant, heavily pregnant, and I would go a day or two without food.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm from this home where my father was a father.
Yes.
He provided, my mother and my stepmom were both full-time housewives. And my dad has 14 children. And we had uncles living with us at every point in time. Aunties living, because he was the first son. But we never went a day without either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I had this very prominent, strong father. And then I'm in this marriage that things are not just the way marriage is supposed to.
How do you manage?
In your introduction, you said something, family support. It's so important to have family support. I would say I had it easy, because I had, can I use the word perfect? My stepmom
was there.
My mom, my dad, my siblings, my sisters. In fact, when I made up my mind to leave marriage, I lived in my elder sister's house for a year. Free. Food was provided. I was running a business from her house, and I was using her amenities to run my business. And there was never a time she said, oh, you've got to pay for that gas today. No. So I was able to get back on my feet solely because of God and
your
family support. So I can't emphasize enough on support. It might not be from family, but it's very important. It might not even be financially, but it's very important to have
somebody in your
someone
corner.
Hold your hand and say, you can do this. But the decision must come from you. You don't walk out of a marriage because your pastor asks you to, your friend asks you to, your sister, even your mom or your dad. Because once you face a little challenge, you have a reason, someone to blame for it. It was all Francis' fault. It was all Tina's fault. It must be your decision. So that was how I was able to pull through.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, not amazing per se. You know, maybe I'm using the wrong word, but it's quite. It's coming from a place of depth, and it's an inspiring story to start off with. And we say, well done, well done for stepping out how you did, and congratulations for surmounting and getting to the point where you are today.
Thank you very much.
You are watching Weekend Deal. Rising again is our focus. And from what we're hearing and learning, everyone can rise again once you become intentional about it. Our next package is talking about health and recovery. Sometimes illness comes, and it's not because you did not take good care of yourself. Illness can come sometimes as a result of mishaps at home or out there on the road. Some people have had accidents, major accidents that were near fatal, but today they are back on their feet, perhaps because of intentionality and the support that Elakache has spoken so broadly about. Onyola Alabi is our guide on this one. Oyi, I know you did the work. Please share.
October 7th, 2018 was just another normal day for engineer Dr. Joy Mwigwe. Little did she know what fate had for her until everything changed. One moment she was full of life, movement, dreams and speed. The next moment it was a fatal accident.
All I knew is that we were moving and suddenly he said he wanted to put his car on the cruise. So, and before I could open my mouth to say, what are you doing? The next thing I saw was the car left the road track, entered the bush, hit himself, hit the car, he hit the car on a heap of gravel that is being used for road maintenance and construction. And that was where my second life began.
The pain was not just physical, it was mental and emotional. But healing is a journey that begins with one small painful step.
Pain comes in various ways. Yeah, the physical pains didn't come immediately. It wasn't easy where you cannot, somebody that used to moving about doing your normal daily activities and chores, now you're just confined to a position on the stretcher. You know, I fell down from the stretcher down. Oh yes, they were scared. I called them, please, I don't want to die. Please come and carry me, please. Don't be afraid. They rushed and took me to the ambulance. It was now the ambulance they used to send me to the X-ray room.
One small painful step. Surviving a fatal accident is a miracle. In the midst of it all, there must be an anchor that keeps the soul. For Engineer Joy, it was her strong faith in God. Also, support from family and friends made a huge difference.
God, number one, being by my side, being all over me, family, and of course some friends. You know, my little niece, she was barely 2 years, who will climb up to my bed and will come and be singing some songs with me. So I've been positive about the whole thing. You had a good family. Of course, God being my help and my children, everybody, they're just there for me. They did everything they could to make sure I'm back on my feet.
Through it all, Joy had a positive energy that propelled her fast recovery.
That's when I had to start learning how to put a stand. From standing, they started teaching me how to bear weight. So at times they would tie my legs under just to achieve some angle, and I'll be crying, and then the nurses will be crying with me. They'll be crying with me. This story, wow. I thank God, yeah, because it can only be God. This is my second chance on earth, and I give all the praise and glory to God. Yeah, thank you. Thanks to my mother. Come on. Yeah.
She rose again. The accident may have changed her journey, but it could not stop her achievements.
It was just one paper I had left before I was taken in, after the accident. So, and the surprising thing about life, that moment that I was taken in, the school system shut down. Do you know it was when the physiotherapists started teaching me how to walk again, how to climb the staircase, how to move? That was when they now called the strike off. I was opportune to take the last paper and then did my project defense. And today, to the glory of God, I have my PhD.
No matter what happens, you too can rise again.
Amazing. I am inspired. Engineer Joy is our colleague, and she's living that determination, and she keeps rising every day. We say congratulations to you, sis. Well done. Okay, but, that story you were watching. What is the distance between determination, discouragement, and to this determination? What's the distance? How can people move from discouragement to determination to say, I can do it again?
Thank you very much. I watched the story, very interesting and very empowering. One thing we need to understand in life is this: you need to do all you can to be alive. It's very, very important. And the issue of discouragement will come. People must discourage you. Situations, circumstances will discourage you, but don't let yourself discourage yourself. Don't discourage yourself. Have this positive mind, this positive drive to move on. Yes. The whole thing we are talking about, the summary is about resilience. Every human being needs to be resilient. If you're not a resilient person, start asking yourself question today: how do I become resilient? Because without resiliency, you will collapse. What is resilience? Simple definition: ability to bounce back after any disaster. A negative situation, your ability to bounce back. We see situations, when the heavy wind is blowing and you see trees bend and they come back again. You see trees bend and some of them will not come back again, they break. That is just simple definition and illustration of resilience. So many people are like that. Small situation, they go down, they go off. Some people bounce back. Make sure you develop a strong shock absorber to carry the weight of life, because life will offer you both negative and positive experiences. So what you make of it is what matters. It's just like when we talk about conflict in any relationship or conflict in marriage, it's inevitable. You can't avoid it. It must come, it must be there. But how prepared are you? How empowered are you? Or how disempowered are you? If you're disempowered, two people are disempowered, come into a relationship, they have come with that disempowerment to mess up themselves. But if you are empowered and come into the relationship, you are empowered to enjoy the circumstances and the relationship. So we need to, when we started, we talked about support.
Yes.
We don't need to neglect support. Be it family support, social group support, friends, any kind of support that is positive, not the negative type. A lot of times people tell you, oh, this thing has happened to me, but I'm moving on. Fine and good, you're moving on. But the issue is this: are you moving on positively or negatively? So many people are moving on negatively. So many people are on the street today like moving cops. So you need to, do what we call personal appraisal of yourself. Ask yourself questions. This thing that happened to me, where am I today? What is happening to me? Did it break me or did it make me? We are, failure is important. Yes. It's just like you're walking now, you fall down on the floor. Will you remain there? You can't remain there. You must try all you can to get up, either by yourself or with support from people around. So if you fail in any situation, have it at the back of your mind that you will get up. And you need to move on because you have a goal. Now, look at the situation of the prodigal son in the Bible, if you are permitted to do. You understand? The guy lavished the money, the funds, everything, but he realized at a point that he is down. I am down. I am nobody again. I need to arise and go back to my father. At what point will you arise? Ask yourself that question. If you have been broken, at what point will you arise? There was a pilot who had a plane crash. And the pilot had a spinal injury. And it was confirmed that he's not going to walk again. But inside himself, he made up his mind that he's going to walk.
Wow.
Yes.
He became a paraplegic.
He was on a wheelchair in the hospital. They were moving from one section to another. He asked the person pushing him on the wheelchair to stop. On that fateful day, the moment the guy stopped, he held the wheelchair and got up and walked.
Okay.
So most of this miracle we talk about starts with us.
Yeah.
It starts with us.
In your mind.
Our inner conviction.
Oh, yes.
How empowered are we? How resilient are we? Now, somebody may ask, how do we build resilience?
Yes. Go there.
Sometimes people say resilience.
But let me hold it there. Hold it there, Sir Francis. Let's let Elakachi come in here about building resilience. I was going to look in that direction because she has a first-hand story. She has lived it, as many of us in our different spheres.
Yes, we have.
Each person who is walking and talking today has surmounted immeasurable odds. That's why we often say, be kind.
Yes.
We don't know what the next person is passing through. But I want to go to the home. As amazing as your background is, you had the support.
Oh, yes.
It's not so for each and everyone. It's the ideal situation, but it's not the reality on ground.
On ground, yes.
But in spite of that, we've heard from St. Francis now that a fall is as normal as eating, so it will happen. He also talked about resilience.
Yes.
And something tells me that it's something that we can start from the cradle. We do one or two things with our young ones. So let's take it from there. Let's go home to the cradle, to the wonderful children who are being born daily, and how as parents, as guardians, family members, society, how we can input something positive in them.
Okay. Once again, I'm going to make reference to my family.
Yes.
I think I was 5 when I was watching NTA. And I saw a lady come on air and she said, I'm Ruth Bennett. Good evening. This is the network news. I'm Ruth Benimezia Opia. And I turned to my dad. I said, I want to be her. And he laughed. He's like, don't say you want to be her. Say you want to, practice what she does for a living. It's very important.
Yes.
For parents from a very tender age, you make your child know who they are. Give them that freedom. I have a daughter. She's 11. Today she'll come home, Mommy, I want to do music. I said, music we shall do. What do you want to do in music? I want to play the violin. Violin we shall do. The next day she comes home, I want to be a Kung Fu master. I said, then Kung Fu we are going to.
Chon chon.
Anyone you want to do. But let your child go through those processes and find herself or find himself. It's very important. A lot of parents say, I want my child to be a doctor. That child might not be able to stand blood. Yet, because that is your dream, not the child's. Along the line, he's mentioned something about falling and rising and challenges being very good. the failure of my marriage is what has kept me here today, has made me who I am today. Because I was busy working, when you're out of school, you're just looking for a job.
Yeah.
You're not chasing your dream.
No,
you're looking for a job. So I was just looking for a job. I got a job and I'm doing a job. But after my marriage, I moved to my career and I blossomed in it. If that challenge had not come, if the challenge had come and I said to myself, I'm done. I'm moving to my village. I'm going to farm cassava. That is the end because, Benue, we love to farm cassava. And I said to myself, that is it. I wouldn't be sitting here with you today sharing my story. Nobody would know about me to call me on the stage to share my story. Resilient, even when things were bad. I'll give kudos to my mom, my dad, my stepmom. My stepmom will call me aside and say to me, look, I know your mom might be mad at me that I'm telling you this, but you, Joycelyn, you are a star.
Oh, yeah.
If you were even my daughter, I would have picked you out of that marriage a long time
ago.
Oh
my goodness.
Don't tell your mommy because she will feel I'm advising you wrongly. But I know she's not.
Yes, she was
It's coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
Because she could see that we were just, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. You go back and forth. As a woman, you want to do everything possible to keep your marriage. You don't want to be called, certain names. The way society looks at divorcees, you want to do everything. And you're putting in everything. Yet it's not working. It's not working. So you are in this place, you're undecided. Should I or should I not? What comes into play is knowing who you are. Can I take this? Is this what I want for my life? Is this where I want to be?
To ETV, what obviously you are a story of resilience at its utmost. You survived uncountable traumatic experiences in your union. You came out, but you didn't just go to broadcasting directly.
No, I did not.
There were, what is it called? So what before your stepmom spoke to you, what was on your mind in 2 sentences? What were you telling yourself daily, even on the journey?
I'm going to make it. Because it was a decision I took. Nobody said, take this decision. Nobody said, leave. Even though there was the support, nobody said, leave. It was my decision. So when you take a decision, right, you said the best revenge is success.
All right. Indeed. Yes. Indeed. I don't even know what to say. I'm just all enthralled by just listening to you. Finding love after love is another conversation. For some people, once love goes bad, their hearts are closed. But is there light at the end of the tunnel? ETV will be telling us.
Let's explore the inspiring stories of individuals who, despite immense pain, choose not to succumb to darkness. They found their way back to happiness, not by denying their grief, but by embracing healing through self-love, strong support systems, and the courage to open their hearts again. The end of a significant relationship leaves a void.
When I got married with my wife, she used to misbehave a lot of attitudes. I don't know, maybe from society or from friends or from background of our family. But I know that I so much love my family. I normally do a lot of things at home as a responsible man. I have no reason to regret the new home I have now. I'm really appreciate God. Just like God used the present one that I am coping with now, just to compensate me.
For Helen, a single mom of 2, that void felt insurmountable.
After the breakup, I felt like the ground should just swallow me, right? Thinking about the shame, the disgrace, the insults, no. Like thinking, I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for separation. It came. So what will I do? I had self-love. I gave myself self-peace. I had to, sit back and tell myself, I need to for my kids. I need to be healthy for myself if I want to stay alive. Heartbreak is not something you joke with. Do not stay where they left you. Improve yourself and watch yourself grow.
For Mr. Adagba, the grief came from a different kind of loss, losing his wife unexpectedly. His path to healing involved confronting unimaginable sorrow.
This is my wife that early morning, he went to her business. I went back to my place of work, which is a good state. Lot of call was coming until I get to Lagos. When I get to Lagos from Relay to police station, I don't know the time I get to my house. But when I enter my house, it just be like a stadium in the bus street. When I just enter, all my children run over me and I just fall down for crying. And that was that. My former office was the one who helped me up when I was in agony. So I thank God for the officers. I thank God for NTA as a whole. They did that to me. And there's this one thing that my son told me. My son said, "Daddy, what is the problem? Do you want us to become an orphan? We don't have anybody again accept you."
To understand the psychology behind this resilience, we spoke with a relationship therapist.
When the other person acts in a manner that makes you want to give up on loving them, it is not your fault. But you need to be true to your feelings. You need to be true to your emotions. Then you need to open up to love again so that life generally can be meaningful to you anymore. When you love one person and you feel like you have been disappointed and that person have taken advantage of your love life and you feel like you need to enter into isolation mode and shut down your emotion, you are doing yourself a disservice. It is very important for you to have support systems that will help you see the necessity of loving yourself again. One of the most beautiful aspects of human, that the best thing you can do to yourself is to love yourself. If you make a decision on love yesterday and it's not paying you today, if you sit down very well, you can love another person tomorrow. So it is not healthy, it is not wise for you to give up on love as a love being.
Helen and Adagba's stories are powerful reminders that healing is possible. It's a journey, not just a destination filled with small victories and moments of rediscovery. It's about finding strength in vulnerability, solace in connection, and love within oneself.
You are stronger than you know. You are stronger than you know. Can you feel it in your soul? You are stronger than you know. It's hard to be strong on your own and be grown on your own when you're all alone and there's no one to call and there's no place like home. But I know it's gonna be alright, you got to survive. And I know, keep up the grind cause all will be fine. Get down, kilometer flow, none with my rock in the show. Put your head down and do it on your own. Let them know you king of your throne. Get down, kilometer flow, none with my rock in the show. Put your head down and do it on your own. You are stronger than you know. You are stronger than you know. Can you feel it in your soul? You are stronger than you know. Sing with me. You are stronger than you know. Say, I am stronger than I know. I can feel it in my soul. I am stronger than I know. Yeah. Get up, get up, get up and grind. Don't let nothing take all your time. Get up, get up, get up and grind. Don't let nothing take all your time. Get up, get up, get up and grind. Don't let nothing take all your time. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get down, kilometer flow. No way my rockin' the show. Put your head down and do it on your own. Let them know you king or your throne. Get down, kilometer flow. No way my rockin' the show. Put your head down and do it on your own. You are stronger than you know. Say, you are stronger than you know. Can you feel it in your soul? Can you feel it in your soul? You are stronger than you know. I am stronger than I know. Thank you.
Wow.
Amazing.
Nunu and Pearl. You know, I don't want to go, you know, last week was Women's International Day, so I don't want to go, oh, women, we hold up half the sky.
It's still our month.
Women at the
It's
neck.
still our
and all
month.
that.
It's still our month.
Aren't
Oh, yes,
we?
it is. Yes, we are actually.
Sir Francis, aren't we? Okay, we're talking about rising again, and I know even Nunu and Pearl have had challenging times in their career where they wondered, where would the next call come from? We want to perform, we have the talent, we have the song, but we need a stage. Good a thing that they are where they are today, and through their songs and lyrics, they are telling amazing stories. Okay. Who spoke last? Was it Lakache?
Yes.
Okay, Sir Francis, rising again. Elakache took us home to our children. Okay, let's come back when the kids are growing. Behind the scene, we have been talking. Personal experiences have flooded this this studio, and we have come to an understanding that oftentimes, perhaps because of tradition and culture, many women are raised. What they choose to do with the good upbringing is up to them. But parents spend time with the girls. They ensure they learn how to cook, nurture themselves and nurture others. They have emotional sense of well-being, and they have confidence too. We're talking about our gentlemen. They are the plus that many good women need. And good women too, we are the plus that men need. Sometimes we find that perhaps from the foundation, perhaps from maybe the peer group, we don't know. There are some situations where some people have presented habits and norms that were not well perceived and did not make the right impact, such that we have many things that are meant to be together, they are coming apart. Should we be doing more with our gentlemen right from the cradle? Are we doing enough as parents and as guardians? What is left to do?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, some of our traditional practices and cultures are the things that have placed us where we are today. Why am I saying this? Even when you look at the two religions we have, they are contributors also. Why am I saying this? The issue of man should do this, woman should do this. Woman should not do this, man should not do this. It's not supposed to come on board. Everybody is equal. Everybody should do the same thing. You understand? Especially when we are growing up. If a woman is being taught how to cook, a girl is being taught how to cook, a boy should also be taught how to cook. Because you don't know where you'll find yourself tomorrow. You might see yourself in a position where there's no woman to cook for you. And you need to play that role. And the moment you're learning that, you're learning how to become a father in future. You see, that is why we have dysfunctional society today. That is why we have conflict everywhere today, because the upbringing does have a loophole. But if this society we have today can start filling that gap, that would be very fine. But again, we have the Gen Z society today who are clued into gadgets, phones and things like that. So they don't even have that time. So you see that the dysfunctional society will continue. But honestly speaking, the way we are bringing up our children should be equal. No discrimination, no segregation. Let them run errands. Let them do things. It's just like I watched a clip yesterday about washing plates. A child who doesn't wash plate will not be responsible in future. A child who doesn't wash plate will not, see it that it's something to do. Because, when you start up with that responsibility early enough, it's just like a child who makes his or her bed. You find out that when you grow up, it's not anything to you. It's not a new thing to you. You continue with that direction. But those who wake up in the morning and get up, you find out that even most times they wear smelling socks. They don't know how to wash. Yeah, I'm not saying that people should not go to laundry, but there are certain things you do for yourself because of the upbringing. That is what we talk about shock absorber. The shock absorber starts from day one when you are growing up. But most times, you find out that we find ourselves in dysfunctional families, traumatized families, and they pass that trauma to their children. It's just like when we were growing up, there was a song they used to sing, a crooked man who married a crooked woman. He has a crooked house. He born a crooked children. It's a chain reaction. It goes along like that. You understand? Just like when they say a snake will give birth to something that is long.
They say a fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
Exactly. So this is it. So the whole thing should start from the foundation. Okay. If the foundation is faulty, it's going to crack. That's true. Or collapse in future.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our Nigerians are watching and they're sending in their reaction. And I'm happy this is coming from my home state. The first message is from my home state. She's Judith Nomwange from Benue State. She says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Thank you for the topic this morning. It gives me more strength to move on. Is it just as my sister's story, Elakeche, and the accident lady, that is Joy in that story. God bless you all. And Mr. Francis too. Okay. And then he said, good morning, weekend deal. You're doing it every weekend. I love this. I love this. I love this 3 times. Okay, just say love this race to part 3 now. I love this. I love this. And we love you too. That's why we are here. Oh, this is beautiful. I like the conversation. Keep it up, beautiful people in the studio. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, we'll have another contribution soon, and then we'll continue our conversation.
Experience, they said, is the best teacher. Life has a way of knocking us down, but for some, the fall becomes the start of something greater.
In course of my daily activities, I was encouraged, especially by my relatives, to engage in an investment, the famous M&M investment. I didn't want to do it, but I thought it's an opportunity. Let me explore. Let me see what others are doing that they are making it, and then you can have passive income work for you. But all along, I am not too sure of it because I really want to know what are they really doing. And before you know it, I've lost a substantial amount of money. And for me, it was a setback because it was almost close to the COVID time. I lost a significant amount of money. It pains me a lot, but lessons were learned.
From hardship comes strength. From struggle, confidence. Rebuilding takes courage. Confidence comes from facing what broke you.
Challenges in life is a circle. It continues. The moment you are solving this, another person is referring this to you. On a daily basis, we are being bamboozled. People are bringing various forms of investment. They will tell you, invest in this, invest in that. Some, they use property, you pay for it. Your property will not be completed. So different kind of, so for me, if you are living as a human being, those same challenges that would make you to go through depression, setback, and the rest. The moment you overcome one, another one is waiting for you. It's part and parcel of our lifestyle, but we should be able to choose. We should be able to mitigate the risks associated with our daily exposure.
We learn from hardship. We grow through struggle.
I know of a branch manager that took customers' money, running close to
45 million as at then. A woman took the inheritance money of a family in my area in Kaduna, and then she invested it because she did it the first time. You know, one thing about various scams is that they always pay the first set of people, pay the second set, encourage more people to come in, and voila, the sorting will just collapse. So for me, it was a painful experience, but it didn't. I have my means of livelihood. I'm not dependent on it. I do not take people's money. As a lawyer, people do keep monies with us and the rest. I have opportunity, but I didn't. It's my own personal money that I've kept aside for investment purpose. And the person that I kept it with is the person that now encouraged me. He gave me profits, part of the profit that he made. He now encouraged me in the sense that after all, you are more IT savvy, you can do this yourself. Maybe there are other things, but the whole thing is that lessons learned. I will never, not only MMM, even if you come to me today with all your proposal, if I don't know what you are doing, if I don't have the means of controlling, when I mean evaluating, supervising what you are doing, like I will not invest.
We are not defined by what broke us, but by what we become after.
Wow, we come back stronger with intentionality. You know, over and over in our master classes here on Weekend Deal, our guests, our experts have made us very familiar and conversational with that phrase, I join you. As a Nigerian, as a patriot, as a lover of all things good, familiarize yourself with that word. It will help us. Okay, but for now, it's time to join NTA. You know, Benue has taken over. They are here. Messages, sisters. I said, patience will not be you that will go to Lagos. I will go to Lagos because today NTA is my own sister. We're discussing food and nutrition now, which all of us here must be well fed for us to have a good conversation. But it's up to you to take it from this point. We look forward to hearing more.
Oh yes, you're welcome to Weekend Deal. Maybe you should have given us each one of these t-shirts so that we wear, and then you see. Well, let me start by saying congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Responsibility of choice. We all do know that your choice can shape your character.
Exactly.
It can actually open doors for you.
Exactly.
So tell us, why did you decide to write about responsibility of choice?
All right. Growing up, I learned a lot about making choices. My mom will always direct. She wouldn't choose. She would always point. If you are picking A, no, this is the consequences. If you are choosing B, this is the consequences. And through the process, till I left home, I've been made to take responsibility for whatever choice that I make. You have to go to school early. There are benefits for being early to school. There are consequences of being late to school. And like Mr. Naduzie was talking earlier, I watched from the other end. You can't escape whatever consequence lies behind the choices you make. So over time, this has been my strength, my motivation, and I feel strongly that the younger generation, the Gen Zs that we talk about, should know the importance of making choices, because that defines you in the end.
Yeah. And that can also lead, it can also align with our conversation. But there are times when we make the very right choice, supported and enabled by all around us, and still, should that deter us from making the right choice?
Of course not. We need to also leverage on other people's experiences to make our choices, but we need to be mindful of the associates, whoever you want to take advice from, whoever you're listening to. You must be sure that that person is actually on the right standing. So for children, we'll only guide them, but once you hit the adult age, whether by constitution or what we assume is the adult age, you take full responsibility for the decisions that you make. It's very important. Even the scriptures advise us to seek advice from people, but our associates, the people that we talk to, the people that we listen to, matter very, very much. So that's the other side of making choices.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I pick a copy of this book, what am I going to get from it? What will it teach me? Let's say I'm a Gen Z reading this book. What will it teach me?
Fundamentally, the lessons are that you need to give thought. You need to think. You need to always think about what the next step you're going to take. You don't give chance to your actions. You don't just leave things to happen. So the basic thing, the bottom line is thinking. Good thinking, good products, like the Japanese say, right?
Yes.
So for everyone, child, father, mother, and all of us, we need to think always before we take our steps. What will be the consequences? What will be the outcome of the choices or the decisions that we take eventually? Because we are all connected. In as much as we have our plans, you have whatever you want to do, we are all linked. We are spiritual beings. In home, father, mother, children, we have a goal, common goal as human beings. So we have to be mindful of those choices because it's going to affect the next person. For instance, if you choose to be trashing, littering the environment, we have health problems, diseases of the environment, diseases of lifestyle. So we have to be conscious of that and say, no, I wouldn't do this because it's not going to affect only me, it's going to affect the next person, it's going to affect the community. So that's what
that sounds so interesting. You know, we're talking about rising again.
Yeah.
Some people have dovetailed. They are devastated, disappointed, disillusioned, and they are right there. Will they get some encouragement, some enabling, some wisdom from reading Responsibility of Choice?
Sure.
And how wide is the access of your book?
For everyone that has gotten to a point and needs to rise up again, there's always an opportunity. You sit in with yourself and assess where you are in the process, because life is a journey. It's a process. So wherever you have gotten to, the best option we have each time is to sit with ourselves and reassess, reevaluate. Where am I coming from? How did I get here? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? How can I make it right? So the book, you can always assess from the bookstores, and it's going to be placed on Amazon very soon. And you can always get advice.
Okay, choice, responsibility of choice. Across the world, we've heard so many comeback stories of people who bettered great talents, who bettered great companies from a place of falling. I read a particular story of a man who had closed the door physically, thinking of killing himself. He was inside that place that he bettered a book that have saved millions of people. So your story is not done yet. Let's hear some music and get inspired. Nunu and Per, my director just said, no music. Patients, you like music too much. Please, let's go on a break. We are going on a break. Keep getting inspired. We'll be right back. It's Weekend Deal.
Toilets have stains which bleach cannot clean effectively. But Harpic is thicker and sticks better, which gives 10x better cleaning versus bleach and kills germs. Oh, wow. You can now see that Harpic is better than bleach.
TerraCube, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
Introducing the new Jig Sachet. Whitening your whites has never been more affordable. Now you can keep whites shining brighter and disinfect by killing 99.9% of germs on your floors and other surfaces. Just jig it with Jig Sachet.
I am titanium. Thank you.
You know, long before some people were talking about love, heartbroken, this one, I was just loving Nunu and Pearl. This love is not today's own. My heart is in place because Nunu and Pearl have a permanent position. After Victor Sime, Davido, we now have Nunu and Pearl here. And patience, if you struggle and leave a like a small, I will give you space here. Okay, talking about rising again, it's about the fact that we can laugh here because we've been through twists and turns, but we're intentional about where we're heading. You know, Sir Francis, there are times where you faced a tumultuous experience. In fact, while you are even still down, you don't know, where am I even going next? But there's something that beckons at you to say, you are not done.
Yeah.
What should that be? What would give us encouragement at times like that when you're deep in the hole?
Yeah, at times it's your emotional strength. At times it's when your brain goes and you connect and remember people that have survived or people that have gone through what you're in that, you know, survived it. You understand? And that will ignite something in you and you see yourself getting up. You understand? I gave you an example of the prodigal son.
Yeah.
Something ignited in him. He was eating from the food they give to pigs. At the point he said, no, I'm coming from somewhere. Why should I be doing this? There's an ignition of light. And he now realized that, oh, I need to rise up. I shall arise and go back to my father and beg. Now, that I go back to that again. At what point will you ask yourself that question? I shall arise. When will you arise? That position you are, that you feel you're done, is not permanent. It's temporary. It's a person. You know, somebody said life is a journey. It's a process. It's a process. There's always a story I give people. You know, we know the river or the sea, whatever you call it. You know, what is it? At a point, we use it as a dumping ground. Am I right? At the point you see the river hot. At the point you see it cold. You see mangroves being parasite on the river. We throw trashes on the river. But it continues to move. Why is it moving? It's not stagnant. Some places it moves. You know, some places it's turbulent. But it continues to move. Why? It has a destination.
Where it's going.
We all have a destination. At what are you going to get to your destination, or are you going to abort it on the way? Be like that river.
Be like the river, indeed. I'll come back to Madam Sylvia. Do you think, given, I know a lot of research went into writing this book.
Yes.
This book. Do you think Nigerians take responsibility for the choices we make? Generally, if you're going to rate us, do we feel responsible for our choices, or do we blame either government or the village people? You know, we like village people in Nigeria.
My ancestors.
My ancestors. You are the reason why. Do we take responsibility? I don't know.
To be honest, some sections in the book talks about this, where people stand at the newspaper station and they are talking about the president and the minister and the governor and every other person without thinking about themselves. So to a large extent, generally speaking, we don't seem to be taking responsibility for the choices that we make. I go back to the example that I use. You're living in an environment, and then you're constantly littering, like Sir Naduzie said. You're pouring waste into the drainage. You're passing all manner of trash around. In your office, you don't care how things are supposed to be done. In the marketplace, everywhere around you, just doing things, hoping and thinking that someone will have to take care of that. That's irresponsibility. So for us Nigerians, and then in every sector, you're late to work, you expect that things will flow. We are all connected. You know, where your own assignment stops is where the next person's own, or you all are supposed to be there at the same time to ensure productivity, and then you're lingering, you're taking things for granted. That's irresponsibility. So to a large extent, why we are where we are is that we are thinking it's someone in the village when you're supposed to rise up.
Sometimes they are quite active, over there. Sometimes they really have their finger on the pulse of the city and urban people.
Exactly.
But I miss that.
Exactly.
Okay. Finally, it is very challenging for even a responsive adult to make change. As positive as we all are, some of us have some practices and habits that we will do better without. It is challenging to change. Will the adult that is in Thelma, that is in Patience, Alakiche and St. Francis, get a copy of this book and truly become intentional about making positive change via choice?
Yes.
Is it possible for that to happen?
It is very possible. As difficult as it seems, we're all here. I believe everyone that is here right now has made a very good decision and is doing the right thing. So we are all supposed to be intentional. It doesn't matter how the other person is. We're not going to bring down the parameters at which we walk. We're not going to step it down because some other persons are doing things that are not right. As much as lies in our hands and in our capacity, we have to continually be intentional about the things that we do and how we relate with one another, particularly parents. Parenting is one huge task. I go back to the saying, Gen Zs and all of that. It's all about parenting. It's all about nurture. It's all about communal living. That's why we've got where we are now. So if we go back and intentionally say, this is how we want to do, this is the best way forward, I believe we will get there over time. Time is the fourth dimension, is the other aspect that we have to patiently agree with and work with.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I say thank you in 2 dimensions. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for writing this book.
Thank you very much.
It is time that we begin to take responsibility for our actions, because we believe that if we do, then we can rise again.
Yes, we will.
Yes, it's only when you take responsibility that you can actually rise again. So this ties up with our topic. But right now, we'll be moving to our sports studio. Godwin will have a conversation with Colin Sudo, who is a sport journalist. Godwin, take it away.
Another nice way for us to rise again is by listening to music. You know, nowadays, people say some of the music out there doesn't tell stories, but that's up to you. You may not be seeing the story. It's inspiring somebody else to do better. Anything you listen to or read or verbalize that positions you in a way that you want to do better or you aim to rise higher is all to the good. Elakache, my dear. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, she's been smiling at me. She's been telling me, though I'm from Benue, she's my sister. I want to make you my sisters. Wow. So we're just talking about that. But
we have some messages that I'll quickly take. Someone says, good morning, Weekend Deal. Thank you for giving us a wonderful topic. Doing this every week is lovely. May God bless you all. Bello Rahman from Kogi State. And thank you so much for this amazing topic. A lot of us are getting the strength to move on. God bless NTA, and God bless you too. And then in closing our show today, I will start with Mr. Francis. Do you think Nigeria, for us to rise again, we need some level of counseling, especially when it comes to post-traumatic disorders? Are Nigerians getting this therapy, and will it help them to move on again quickly? And then my sister Lakache wants to say her final words.
The therapy and therapists are available, but the problem is that the challenge is Nigerians are not ready to go. There's a whole lot of stigma attached to it. But I keep telling people, you stigmatize yourself first before others stigmatize you. So you need to break that culture of silence and move on to help yourself. And another way you can do, if you don't want to go to therapists, you read journals. You also do journaling yourself. Because when you write your issues down today and write another one, by the time you read it again, you will ask yourself questions. And you'll also be finding solutions to some of the problems. But the whole bottom line of everything is be positive about life. Be positive about whatever you do.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would say that it's very important to know who you are, who you want to be. When you know who you are and who you want to be in future, there's no stopping you. There's no stepping back. Self-awareness is one of the most important areas of life. We have to have self-awareness.
Thank you so
Interesting. Nigerians are an unbeatable group of people. That never say die. We didn't come to play. We not go grieve for anybody. Hustle your hustle. The sky is your spring, but not even your limit. Never ever give up. Stay intentional. And I'm going to wear this lace waistcoat next weekend. If you see it on me, we're not going to carry last. Now so.
Hey yo.
No, I'm telling
To all those who support us when we need them, when we need to rise up again. Just you and I, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. Your eyes, they tell me a secret. I see the scars through your heart. You never want me to notice. I felt it in your silence. Let's get lost in this moment. We'll weather this storm together, just you and I. Just you and I. You don't have to worry about a thing. I say you don't have to worry about a thing. Say, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. Say, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. More precious than anything. The gift of your healing completely, and I will do anything to show you how much you mean to me. Just you and I, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. Say, hey, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I, just you and I. Just you and I. Just you and I, you and I, you and I, just you and I.